The Community Table Restaurant Online Sports Report. Action highlights brought to you by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting Victor Valley teams and athletic programs. Mossy Bell's throwback pass to a wide-open Seth Baker gives Apple Valley a score-tying touchdown early in the fourth quarter, and the Sun Devils come from behind Mojave River League victory over Sultana. Ethan Smith's extra point is the margin of victory in Apple Valley's 13-12 homecoming win over the Sultans. But it took an errant Sultana field goal attempt from 52 yards out to ensure the win. The missed field goal is picked up by Jeff Widener, who returns it to midfield, and Apple Valley runs out the clock. Sultana had taken the lead on the 4-yard scoring pass from senior quarterback Ryan Griffin to Jonathan Garcia on the second play of the fourth quarter. Apple Valley's Nathan Crouch, 55, blocks this extra point attempt to hold Sultana's lead to 12-6. Sultana scores first on Ryan Griffin's 8-yard pass to Brett Brammer 5 minutes into the ball game. The low snap from center contributes to Nathan Crouch, 55, gut check, literally. Crouch blocks the extra point attempt. 6-0 Sultans. Seth Baker's touchdown run on Apple Valley's ensuing possession puts the Sun Devils on the scoreboard with 5 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Sultana blocks the extra point attempt, and the score remains tied at 6. Scoring summaries: 2 Ryan Griffin touchdown passes and 2 touchdowns by Seth Baker, with the game decided by the lone successful point after touchdown. And the homecoming crowd in Apple Valley High School's 50th season of existence is treated to the 13-12 triumph. This is Seniors Night, and Apple Valley High School's 12th grade players are introduced alongside parents and family members in pre-game festivities. The banner proclaims, "Beat those Sultans," with the win keeping hopes alive for a CIF postseason playoff bid. Apple Valley's second play from scrimmage, Sultana defensive back Carlos Bedoy intercepts the Mossy Bell pass at the 35 and returns it across the 40. Second interception on the year for the 5'9", 172-pound senior. 5th interception for the Sultans secondary on the season. From their own 42, Ryan Griffin hands off to Robert Chavez. Isaac Fernandez, 10, makes the stop for the Sun Devils, gain of 5. Robert Chavez on second down. Chavez scored the winning touchdown the week prior in Sultana's overtime victory in the key game. Jeff Widener, first contact for Apple Valley. Nathan Crouch, soon to follow. Alec Brown's hint to the helmet is seen as a face mask violation, so instead of stopping the Sultans 3rd and 2, the penalty gives the visitors a first down all the way down to the 36. Ryan Griffin's first pass of the night, the completion to Charles Gross, good for 1 yard. Corey Walker, the immediate stop. Jonathan Garcia gets outside to the Sun Devils sideline. First down, all the way down to the 7. Gain of 30 yards on the play. Robert Chavez, 2 yards to the 5 before stacked up by the Sun Devils' defensive front. On the 2nd and goal at the 5, Francisco Reyes slices in to cut down Jonathan Garcia for a loss of 3 back to the 8. 3rd and goal at the 8. Ryan Griffin, given time, finds Brent Brammer in the end zone. 6 points. Sultans. This is the extra point attempt where the low snap from center occurs. Nathan Crouch is there to block the low kick. Sultana takes the lead at the 7-12 mark of the opening quarter. 6-0 Sultans. Apple Valley starts from their own 25. Mossy Bell to Kashawn Griffin. 11 yards. Ryan Griffin enters, the leading Sun Devils receiver, with 35 catches. The junior wide receiver averages 15 yards per reception. Moss Bell keeps and carries for 4 before Hassani Roberts, 32, makes the stop. 7, sophomore linebacker Danny Fierro, and 12, freshman Angelo Mastandria sandwich Seth Baker at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Moss Bell connects with Ryan Griffin for a 36-yard gain to the 24. The pass interference penalty obviously declined. On the next play, Seth Baker cuts off Devin Fisher's block at the line of scrimmage, picks up a huge block from Kai Merchant downfield, and sprints 25 yards to pay dirt. The touchdown completes the 75-yard drive in but 4 plays. It is Seth Baker's 7th touchdown of the season. Sultana blocks the extra point attempt, and it remains 6-6, with exactly 5 minutes showing on the first quarter clock. Ethan Smith's kickoff is taken by Tyler Pele inside the 5 and returned to the 30. A meeting of the 42s ends the run back. Apple Valley's 42 is Jacob C. Xander Witt, 1, also hitting Tyler Pele low. Pele is a 6-foot, 180-pound junior wide receiver. Ryan Griffin connects with Seth Bloomer on one of his 20 completions on the night, but this sequence begins the defensive dominance by both teams that continues the rest of the first quarter throughout the second and third quarters, in which neither team's offense can generate much offense. The Apple Valley completion to T.J. Lewis nets 7. Carlos Bedoy, the tackle. Moss Bell's 10 of 22 passing will net 122 yards on the night. The series of punt exchanges will begin, though, after the Sultans stop the Sun Devils on 3rd and short near midfield. 75, Leo Molina. 32, Hassani Roberts. 3, Ty Mason Waller, Sultana tacklers. Sultana's biggest first quarter play comes off Isaac Miles' punt. Charles Gross scoops it up at the 22 and returns it all the way down to the 28. 50 yards on the return, but it is called back. Charles Gross is a 6'6", 200-pound senior. Instead of being at Apple Valley's 28, Sultana is back at their own 25. Robert Chavez is hit first by Jeff Widener after a gain of 2. One of 14 tackles Jeff Widener is in on this night for the Sun Devils sophomore. The pass completion results in a loss of 2. Jake Anderson, 20, the quick tackle. Jake Anderson is a 5'10", 148-pound junior outside linebacker. It is 3 and out for the Sultans, who punt it away to open the second quarter. Apple Valley's possession begins at their own 43. Sultana's right side wall of defenders there to stop the first down play after a pickup of 3. This is a Seth Baker first down carry to the 43. The Sun Devils junior rushes for 75 yards on 15 carries this game. Moss Bell keeps and gets outside this way for 4 yards. Jake Rice and Hassani Roberts escort Mossy Bell out of bounds. The senior quarterback is 6'1", 180. The third down play carries into Sultana territory. 42, Tyler Pele grabs and holds on. Carlos Bedoy and Ty Mason Waller join in. This Apple Valley possession ends with a missed field goal attempt. Defensive play typical throughout the second and third quarter action. 34 for the Sun Devils is senior inside linebacker William Johnson. 55, fellow senior, 6'3", 205-pound Nathan Crouch. More of the same, 51, 6'4", 230-pound senior Alec Brown. 55, Nate Crouch, no gain, 3 and out again. Next play is Apple Valley from their 45. These are not instant replays, but same results of strong defensive play against the run. 3, safety Ty Mason Waller, 6 foot 180-pound Sultan senior. This time, the ball carrier caught and cut down. 32, Hassani Roberts. 50, 250-pound Gabe Schroeder. This 3rd and 1 results in a loss of 1. Leo Molina, 75, trips up the quarterback. Then 3, Ty Mason Waller, 42, Hassani Roberts. The Sun Devils wind up turning it over on downs. Apple Valley's turn, 9, high-flying linebacker Jeff Widener. We are coming to the end of the second quarter. The first half ends with the pass completion across the middle to Charles Gross, Seth Baker's sure tackle, as the wailing alarm signals time has run out. It is 6-6 at the intermission. The second half banner proclaims, "Start unknown, finish." Oh, I don't finish the message as it is shredded by the troopers whose seniors storm the Sun Devils field for one final time, in regular season play at least. The third quarter will replicate the way both defenses dominate. 20 is the Sun Devils' Jake Anderson. The 6'4" Alec Brown tugs at and pulls down the Sultana quarterback. Alec Brown coming into this game 7 of fast-charging seniors' 30-plus tackles have been for a loss on the play. The visitors' first possession of the second half ends with the Sultans punting. Apple Valley, first play of the third quarter, shows promise. Seth Baker for 8 to the Sun Devils' 39. Seth Baker has averaged 11 yards per carry this season. A 2nd and 2 stop, loss of 2, and a major penalty against the Sun Devils force Apple Valley to punt it away on its first series of the second half. Xander Witt's punt coverage is as good as it can get. The Sultans will start from their own 37. Xander Witt is but a sophomore. He's listed at 5'10", 155. William Johnson penetrates and waits to throw a wrench into the end-around attempt, a very modest celebration from the Sun Devils' senior linebacker. Willie Johnson leads the team in tackles for a loss, coming in with 15. More trickery on the next play treats the Sultans to a big gain. Jonathan Garcia to Angelo Mastandria until flags fly. Offsetting penalties erase the gain and bring the ball back to the 33. The pass completion does not recoup enough yardage to sustain the drive. An exchange of punts follows, but Sultana comes out of the exchange with a major advantage in field position. That is thanks in large part to Charles Gross's willingness to charge into the teeth of the Sun Devils' coverage on the return and refuse to be brought down easily. This begins Sultana's second scoring drive of the night. Ryan Griffin gets the ball right back into the hands of Charles Gross, a gain of 17 to the Apple Valley 34. Again, Ryan Griffin is 20 of 33 this night, 152 yards of Sultana's 174 yards total offense. Staying with the aerial attack, Ryan Griffin to 6'5", sophomore Bryce Pierre to the 31. It will take a clutch completion on 4th and 7 to keep the drive alive. Game of inches, example first. Ryan Griffin's strike just out of the reach of a diving Willie Johnson. Brett Brammer with the catch. Brett Brammer carries all the way down to the 6. 1st and goal, Sultans. Time runs out in the third quarter. 3rd and goal from the 4. Ryan Griffin double clutches and directs the strike to Jonathan Garcia, who races into the end zone untouched. After a scoreless second and then third quarter, Sultana regains the lead with Ryan Griffin's second touchdown pass of the night and his 12th of the season. Jonathan Garcia's third scoring pass of the year. It is a high snap from center that causes just enough hesitation by kicker Dominic Cortez to allow Nate Crouch to deflect the low kick. 12-6, Sultana, 10 seconds into the fourth quarter. Apple Valley responds same way they did to the first Sultana touchdown, retaliating with a scoring drive of their own. Moss Bell to Kashawn Griffin across midfield. A face mask penalty against Sultana aids the Sun Devils' cause. This is 3rd and 1 from the 21. Charles Logan, biggest gain of the night for the Sun Devils senior, 11 yards to the 10. A holding penalty against Apple Valley backs them up 5. From the 15, Moss Bell is sacked by Tyler Pele all the way back to the 25. Game of inches, example 2. Jake Rice nearly picks off the second down pass attempt. This brings up 3rd and goal from the 25. The play is called 70 special throwback. Moss Bell just does beat Paul Gallardo's pass rush. The pass to a left near the end zone all alone. Seth Baker hangs in the lights. Baker confides to Daily Press scribe Matt Peters afterward he nearly lost the ball in the lights. It was scary. The trick play treat brings Apple Valley even at 12 for Mossy Bell, who threw an incredible 16 touchdown passes in his first 5 games. His first TD pass in Mojave River League play, and it is just what might send the Sun Devils into postseason play. Ethan Smith drills the all-important extra point. 9:10 to play. Apple Valley takes the lead for the first time, 13-12. The resilient Sultans respond with a drive that takes them deep into Sun Devils territory. They came from behind a week earlier to beat Hesperia in overtime in the key game. Game of inches, example 3. Sultana trick play, double pass, nearly duplicates Apple Valley's throwback pass for a touchdown. It is just beyond the reach of the diving super receiver Charles Gross. This drive fizzles out when Sultana turns it over on downs at the 34. Apple Valley roars back into favorable field position on the 14-yard run by Seth Baker. While the Sun Devils hamper their own cause with another penalty, they are consuming valuable time off the 4th quarter clock. Charles Logan churns for 6 yards before driven out of bounds by Jake Rice. The gain is relinquished by another 5-yard penalty against the Sun Devils, false start, and they have to punt the ball away. The ever-dangerous Charles Gross on the return, but his return yardage is negated by a penalty against the Sultans. The last gasp by Sultana comes when they set up for a field goal at the 35, a 52-yard attempt. At first it looked like the kick was blocked, but reviewing the video shows it was shanked to the right as disappointed Sultans react. Jeff Widener is alertly retrieving the errant kick and returning it to midfield. With a minute and a half remaining and Sultana with no timeouts remaining, Apple Valley runs out the clock, emerging 13-12 victors. Coach Matt Rurbaugh's team closes out MRL play at Hesperia, a team that had lost in overtime to the team Apple Valley had just beaten by 1 point. The Community Table Restaurant Online Sports Report. Action highlights brought to you by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting Victor Valley teams and athletic programs.